up, YouTube? It's your boy Kiani Savage, coming back again with another edition of the real Kiani Savage. Alright, so as I've been promising you guys, I was going to bring to you a topic that one of my close lifelong friends had brought up to my attention, saying that I have a kid, right? So his question was, when your son gets a little older, how are you going to explain your transition to him? And it took a little while, it took a little while for me to really think about this and really process it in a whole, to where as though, even though I'm seeking what I want to seek within my life, I never really thought about how it would affect my son. And this is the reason why it took a little while for me to get this video to you guys, because I really had to process this question. Am I going to be one of those parents that kind of beats around the bush? Or am I going to be one of those parents to not hide anything in life from him that he's going to experience without me telling him or without me introducing him to it? So I came to the conclusion with this question, and once again, the question was, how are you going to explain your transition to your son? What I'm going to do is I am going to tell my son the truth, because all in all, with today's day and age, the epidemic of life, the LGBT community, and everything that he's going to experience with growing up as a young black male in the society alone, I'm not trying to be that parent to shelter you within our home from the things that he's going to already experience on the outside. Okay, so my thing is, when he gets a little older, and of course, you know, I have pictures of me around the house, of course, of me now. So when he gets a little older, he's asking like, well, hey dad, like, why do you have boobs in this picture? Then that will allow me as a parent, even though I have already prepared myself for this conversation, to really sit him down and tell him the truth. Tell him about being born and feeling like you should have been born of another gender, living a life of another gender, but you were born of the opposite, and really just giving him the overall knowledge and the information that I have been able to gain with my transition, and also with raising a son. So I'm not going to be one of those parents that I'm going to sugarcoat shit or I'm going to hide anything from him. Yes, your father was born female, but based on my mindset, my heart, overall of how I've lived my life, I'm going to tell him that there's a such thing as being born one thing, but deep down inside, mentally, physically, and emotionally, you feel as though you should have been born of another gender. And there are routes to be able to take to be able to be happy with yourself, i.e. surgery, testosterone, you know, estrogen for my male to female, you know, sisters. And I just can't see myself being that parent. I can't see myself hiding anything from my son. I can't see myself, you know, being that parent if my son comes to me and asking me like, hey, I have a classmate who I know he's a boy, but he wears girls' clothes, and, you know, and he wants us to call, you know, him a her, or however. Sorry if, you know, my pronouns are triggering anybody, or however the case may play out, but these are the things that we're going to have to experience, especially with, you know, my brothers who have kids, and, you know, my sisters who have kids. These are the things that we're going to have to, you know, get used to, because if you have kids, they're going to ask and they're going to wonder, especially if you have kids that are of the age right now to where as though they remember mommy, but now they're dealing with daddy. So I don't think within our transition, and I can't speak for everybody, right? But I don't think within our transition, if we do have kids, do we ever really stop and take that moment and think about, how is this really going to reflect on my child? Even with me giving them the knowledge behind it, even with me giving them the truth and not hiding anything from them or keeping my transition as a secret and keeping as dad and however. But do we really sit back and I'm speaking to my brothers, okay, and my sisters that have kids. Have you ever once sat back and really thought about how your child will feel? And for the ones who have, I commend you and I applaud you, because you were, able enough to step out of that realm and be able to have that conversation with your child and get them to understand, like, hey, mommy or daddy feels like this on the inside, and I'm about to embrace that and bring that out. I commend you, and like I said, I applaud you. But for those of us who are kind of, because of our gender dysphoria and because of family and because of how this person may think or that person may think, I've always been the type of person, even though it has hurt me, I've always been that type of person to where as though I really don't give a fuck anymore. It's my life. Nobody is going down that path, or nobody can ever step their feet in my shoes and say, hey, I can understand how you feel. Now, there are a few brothers and sisters out there that we share the same emotions, and whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, but when you're walking in somebody else's shoes, you feel what they feel, you see what they go through, and every situation is different. So I had to bring this to my page and bring it to, my subscribers' attention, because I'm trying to hit every different realm of different questions and things that are being brought to my attention, or things that are talked about within our community, and give you my experience. Because you can watch videos all day, every day, and feel like, okay, well, I'm hoping or I'm praying that this is going to go my way, or the way that this person experiences it, however. But everybody's transition and everybody's lives and everybody's mentalities and personalities are 10 times totally different. You're never going to have a person that has the same mindset as you. They may understand and disagree, agree to disagree, but you're never ever going to have a person to where as though everything that you think and everything that you process when it comes down to your transition, your life, everything that you've been through, to where as though you're going to have the same mindset. You'll be like, oh yeah, I think that way too. Oh yeah, it's never going to happen. It's always going to be one thing or one issue or one factor that has been brought to anybody's attention, to where so everybody's going to have different views. So with this video being stated, I'm saying this. If you are just coming into transitioning and really blooming into the natural, your natural you and that beautiful flower, or, that beautiful strong tree, or however the case may be, whatever you feel as though you are as strong as. Mine, I feel as though every day I'm just as strong as an elephant, and I have the wits and the strength to carry on just as they do up into an old age, but everybody is different. But one thing that I don't want my brothers and my sisters within my community to do, don't block your children from the things that they're already going to learn, whether in school, from friends, going over a friend's house and seeing how their parents live, or however the case may play out. Don't hinder your child from what they're already going to learn outside of your household, because at the end of the day, that will build a resentment for you and for the things that they wanted to learn and the things that they wanted to come to you about, but they felt as though that they couldn't, because every time they came to you to talk about it, it was like, you don't need to know about that, or no, I don't want to talk about that, or nah, man, I ain't gonna talk to you about that right now because you're too young. First of all, my dad had the conversation with me about sex at the age of 11, but in this sense, he was talking about guys. Little did he know, I was already a carpet muncher. But with that being said, I'm 31. My son, he'll be 10 months tomorrow. And I'm not going to hide anything from him. I'm not going to hinder him from the world that he's going to already experience, whether in my household or wherever outside. So hopefully this video will help someone else who's kind of like on, like straddling that fence, or, well, what do I tell my child, or how would I tell my child, or even once we get to the point of, you know, me and my partner, you know, getting together and we plan on having a child or having that conversation with them. Don't hinder it, because hindering it is only making them absent-minded to the things that are actually going on in this world. With that being said, I'm about to get back to my music, my books, because I have finals tomorrow and I have a lot of studying to do. My son's not here right now, neither is, you know, my wife. So with that being stated, I have a lot of time to get me together. But once again, like, subscribe, share. Peace.